Well, what's going on, everyone? So today, as you can see by the title of the video, I'm going to talk about a film that everyone's obviously been waiting on my opinion for. I know I'm super late to the game on this one, and I'm really excited to talk about it, and the movie I'll be talking about today is The Batman, directed by Matt Reeves. The Batman's directed by Matt Reeves. In his second year of fighting crime, Batman uncovers corruption in Gotham City that connects to his own family while facing a serial killer known as the Riddler. To start off with this, when I was a young kid, was a huge comic book nerd. I loved comic books, I loved the characters, and I was definitely more of a Marvel guy than DC, Spider-Man being my favorite comic book character. But one of the things is, I loved the Batman animated series when I was growing up. I loved the original Batman film, the Tim Burton movie. I was always really interested in the world of Gotham and how, as far as the comic book world is concerned, not really this new film universe that was created, that Gotham was this really disgusting, dingy, dirty place that Batman was trying to consistently make better, and because of the corrupt politicians and all of the stuff going on in that city, how difficult it was to kind of get that to where it needs to be. And obviously now with the Zack Snyder DC universe that was created, all DC films are like super grimy and gross and gritty except for Wonder Woman, and Wonder Woman was the only DC movie, in my opinion, that I saw that really understood the idea of a comic book film where you can balance that dark, disturbing, weird tonality that Zack Snyder's used to with some brevity, with some comedy, because that's comic books. I mean, there's dark storylines in all comic books, but and there's an audience for it, but it's not me. And obviously, if you've watched my channel long enough, I like dark, disturbing content, but when it comes to comic book movies, I'm more of just like I want to have a good time and I want to enjoy it. And if there is a dark story, I want it to be executed well. And I have not been a fan of the Zack Snyder DC Universe movies, with the exception of the original Wonder Woman. I still haven't seen James Wan's Aquaman. I saw like 5 minutes of Batman vs. Superman and was like, nope, this is not for me, sorry. As far as other Batman movies in the existence of this world, I'm not a huge fan of the Christopher Nolan Batman series. I think that they're good villain-centric movies. They focus really heavy on the villains. Obviously, Heath Ledger's Joker performance in The Dark Knight is iconic. He's incredible in that film. But I don't think Christian Bale is a good Batman. I think he's incredibly bland. I really hate the stupid voice that he uses in all the movies. It really bugs the fuck out of me. And if you've seen my channel before, I'm not a huge Christopher Nolan fan in general. I think he's really self-indulgent. I think he's much more heavily focused on the spectacle of his movies and less about the actual character development of his movies. And I felt like that even translated into the Batman films, especially that third one, which felt so overblown. And then you have like Anne Hathaway's Catwoman, who just felt kind of shoot into that. But yeah, that's enough about the rest of the Batman films. I went into this one pretty neutral. I don't have high expectations for superhero movies anymore. I just kind of go in with a neutral perspective and hope to enjoy it. And this is hands down my favorite Batman movie. I think that it is the best that Batman has ever been handled. I love Robert Pattinson, and I think he does the role incredible justice. I thought Zoë Kravitz was an amazing Catwoman. I thought Paul Dano was an incredible Riddler. Colin Farrell, who completely transformed himself as the Penguin, which was just fantastic. You have Jeffrey Wright, who played Commissioner Gordon, and I thought he was amazing. Andy Serkis as Alfred. There's so many amazing performances in this film, and it really, in my opinion, felt like the most like comic book accurate Batman film that we've gotten, because it really explores that disgusting, seedy world of Gotham and the political corruption and all of the terrible things that happen there, but it also examines Bruce Wayne, Batman, as this like intelligent, intellectual detective, which I feel like no film has really done that good of a job at. And in this movie, it's so focused on that. I love how the Bruce Wayne element is so pushed to the back, as far as like he's isolated and doesn't want to interact with people, and he's been doing this for 2 years. I feel like he's almost doing it because he feels like he has to pay justice because of his family, and it's less about like being specifically concerned with this, that, or the other. And then the introduction of Dano's the Riddler who is literally like fighting to kill all of these politicians who are making Gotham a worse place, and that conflicted nature that Batman has of like, well, he's taking out the trash, but he's killing them. He's not giving them their due diligence in court. And Carmine Falcone's introduction and his play into the seedy underbelly of Gotham, and I just thought all of those elements were so excellently handled. And for a 3-hour runtime, it was a breeze. I didn't feel like there was any time wasted. It moved along so smoothly. All the character interactions were great. I thought the cinematography in this film was amazing. I love how dark it looks. I love the use of like red, orangey colors throughout the film. I like that Riddler was treated as a serious character and not like a comic farce. You go to Jim Carrey's portrayal of it, which is fun. I mean, you look at that film, I'm not like the hugest fan of Batman Forever or Batman and Robin. I think Schumacher's films were much more made to sell toys and less about really great character development or world building. Dano's the Riddler is like this very seriously taken serial killer who does these almost like Saw-like traps almost to these political figures, and it makes his character so much more menacing and evil, and it really puts a unique spin on the Riddler that I loved, and I thought that he was great. I like that so many comic book films now try to throw in as much as they can, and you have Colin Farrell's portrayal of the Penguin in this movie, but he's not the main villain. He's just there to kind of push the story along. And I loved that he was just included in the world without this focus of like, he's got this super diabolical plot that he's trying to ruin Gotham. No, that's the Riddler is the main focus of this film, and the Penguin's plot's just there to help Batman get information to get closer to the Riddler. And I loved that about this movie. And then the exploration into the Wayne's death, kind of giving Batman more of a purpose and understanding where he's coming from. Everybody's joking that this is emo Batman when you got Nirvana Something in the Way playing like every 5 minutes. But I thought it's just a really real like exploration as to like a young kid whose parents were murdered in front of him when he was a kid, and then having this amount of wealth to say, hey, fuck it, I'm going to try to make this place better because my parents were trying to make this place better. On the surface, Thomas Wayne was trying to make Gotham a better place. He wanted it to be a good place to live. And then obviously you find out more throughout the film, which I won't give away. But yeah, I just thought this movie was so excellently handled. The score is amazing. Very much adds a new take to Batman's character. I've always really enjoyed hearing different artists' interpretations to the scores in these films. And I for sure thought this was one of the best ones that has existed. So yes, I am a big fan of this new Batman movie. I'm actually really excited to see the sequel now. I think Matt Reeves did a really great job. I know I was looking at Matt Reeves' filmography, and he did Cloverfield, a couple of the Planet of the Apes movies, and the remake of Let the Right One In, which I actually really enjoyed. And I think that he's a really competent filmmaker who made some really great decisions with the Batman character, and I look forward to the next installment in this franchise and to see where he takes this world. So have you seen the Batman yet? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you thought. I thought this movie was excellent. It well exceeded my expectations, and I really look forward to the next installment. As always, if you could like the video and subscribe to the channel, it helps me out a lot and lets me know the type of content you're looking for. I'm always putting out new material, putting out new videos for you all to watch, and I really look forward to getting more out there. And as always, everyone, thank you so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.